All right, let's get it started then. I am pleased to be able to bring out our first top 10 coach. She is a 5-star diamond, I believe an 11-star qualifying, from Okinawa, Japan. Now think about Okinawa, Japan. This coach is in Okinawa, Japan because her husband is on the front lines fighting terrorism for our country. Yeah, please. And as though she weren't busy enough being a full-time mom and a support to other moms on that base, she decided that even though she was in Japan, that she could engage really on the front lines of this fight of obesity. She started as a coach in April of 2011, not even 2 years ago, right? Not quite 2 years ago. And she became a top recruiter by the end of 2011. She earned Success Club trip the following year. And in 2012, she earned 215 Success Club points. Now, let me think. If we're going to increase our productivity by 200, she only needs 2,150 Success Club points this year. Right? That's not enough. That's okay. Success Club 50 or more every year. Month. She's been a Success Club 10 All-Star, is currently, with 23 consecutive months in Success Club. You're in for a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tarah Carr. I'm challenging you.
Thank you, guys. So those rank advancements were pretty incredible. How many of you want to see that in your business? Anybody? So today I'm here to talk to you guys about how to get your coaches started right. I know like a lot of you in the beginning of my business, when I would add new coaches, I kind of felt like I was taking a bowl of wet noodles, throwing it against the wall, and just would see who sticks. Anybody else feel like they're doing that sometimes? Yeah, that's what I felt like. So today I'm going to go over some of the tips that I found that kind of help in my business. And the first is I've created a group called the Fast Track to Success, and I had all of my personally sponsored coaches and in my downline in there as well. And one of the activities we do is a 30-day personal development boot camp. I think that's one of the most important things that we can do in this business is teach our coaches personal development. And there's really no right or wrong way on what to teach them in there. If you don't have a lot of personal development books or you haven't read many yet, we do have the Success Club tab that you can use in the back online office. And just pick things that you think would be beneficial to your coaches. And then pin that at the top of your group every single day. It doesn't matter how many coaches are engaged in it. You might have 2 in the beginning. You might have 10. But just roll with it. Whoever's engaged with it, help them grow. And I think that would be really helpful. The next is to teach them the basics before speeding up. For me, the basics is a 7-day quick start. Anytime I sign a brand new coach, within 24 hours, I do the 7-day quick start. I kind of like to think of it as the how-tos. It goes over how to contact your sponsor, how to contact your highest upline, how to hit Emerald rank, how to cycle, when's our national coach call, when do you get paid. It's all the important basics that they need to know in the business, and I don't go any further than that until they've mastered the basics. The one task I have them take away from that is I need them to create their list of 20 people, and I also need them to complete the online training academy in 7 days. We don't follow up until they do that. If they have a question, they can ask it in the Fast Track to Success group, but they're not to contact me until they have finished the online training academy. So I'm setting that standard for them. The next is to make sure you know where you are going before you give them directions. Have you guys ever tried to carpool with a bunch of people and the very first car has no idea where they're going? It's kind of a mess. You're like everywhere. So make sure that you know where you're going. If you don't feel confident in running a 7-day quick start right now, ask your sponsor. Pretend like you're doing one with them and treat your sponsor as if they're your new coach. The next one, if you're not in the driver's seat, you can't carpool to the success exit. So you have to be the leader of your team. You guys have to be the face for your team. It doesn't matter if you're an Emerald coach, a Ruby coach, a Diamond, or a 5-star. People who sign up with you, they're signing up, believe it or not, because they want to have a piece of you. They want you to be their sponsor. And that was the biggest thing that was a huge wake-up call for me when I did a survey that was anonymous with my team. I said, what do you want to see the most of? And they said, my face. And I was like, what? So they wanted to see videos of me teaching in videos. And I didn't feel qualified. But even though I didn't feel qualified, I put on that fake confidence and I started making videos for them on how to place their coaches, on how cycling works, and it started working. So So create videos. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just stuff that you know and that you want to share with your team. Set SMART goal with your coaches. This is something that Shalene Johnson talks about, and I implement this with all of my coaches. I'll use an example of one of my brand new ones. Her name is Rachel, and she said, Tara, I want to make $150 a week. And I said, okay, so let's put that down on your 7-day quick start, and we're going to reverse engineer that goal. So to make $150 a week, I need you to hit Emerald Coach in 7 days. You're also going to have to sell 2 challenge packs a week at the $205 mark. So you're going to get $70 in commissions. So it's going to be $140 in bonuses. As an Emerald Coach, you're going to cycle about 2 times. And so you're going to get $28 in cycling. If you do this each week, you're going to have 8 Success Club points by the end of the month, making you earn free customers the following month, which she ended up getting really lucky, and she got alternate reset home direct customers. So she had about $300 in free money. And so she was $800 over what she wanted to achieve. So for me, that's setting a SMART goal. So when you set a SMART goal, you have to start off, is it small? I think hitting an Emerald in 7 days for me is a small goal. Some of you might think, wow, that's a lot to ask your coaches, but it's the bar that you set for them. Making it measurable. Is that a measurable goal? Absolutely. If you hit it, you check it in the box. If you don't, you go back and you say, what went wrong? What can we fix? Is it achievable? If you make them believe it is. Is it rewarding? Absolutely. They're getting free customers, they're hitting Success Club, and they're growing their business. Is it time sensitive? 7 days. You're putting a deadline to it. You're saying, okay, 7 days from now, this is what you need to do. And when you reverse engineer that for them, I said to Rachel, this is what you have to do to make that. Do you think you can do it? And she said, absolutely, I think I can, and she did. So help them reverse engineer all of their goals. The next one is don't slow down. Help your coaches hit their goals, cross the finish line, and then set a new destination goal. For me, my cheerleader, my helper was Jeremy this year, and I wanted to hit top 10. That's not easy when you've got rock stars like Megan that are going for it as well. And so for me, that was a goal that I had. And in the last week and a half at the end of the year, I had over 42 elite points. That was more points than I had in any given month. So set those kind of goals with your coaches. Make sure you're following up with them, rewarding them for all the things that they're doing. Maybe create a fun little picture if they've hit an Emerald rank, and then help them set new goals. As soon as they hit it, set a new goal with them. Constantly keep them engaged. Use the leadership roadmap once a month to stay on track. So after you've done the 7-day quick start with them, they've completed the online training academy, start using that roadmap with them. So as you create new goals with them, sometimes, I've had a coach and she said, well, I want to be 5-star, but I've got this, this, and this going on in my life. So when we reverse engineered them, she said, you know what? That's really not in my priorities right now with my family and everything else I have going on. So we set our goal to 2-star. Last but not least, celebrate not just the destination, but the journey traveled. I think that this is the most important one. I think, me as well. You have to remember to just take a deep breath. I set big goals and I hit top 10, and I wanted to just hurry up and set the new goal and start working on it. But I kind of had to take a break and be like, okay, I'm going to enjoy Argentina. I'm going to unplug a little bit. Because as what we're doing as coaches, it's an awesome opportunity. It's a lot of fun. But we have to remember to take that time in to kind of pat ourselves on the back for the work that we're doing. And remember, it's kind of like my shoes. I kind of feel like Dorothy a little bit. She always says there's no place like home. And I think putting your families first, we all have to remember, a lot of you have spouses sitting next to you in the audience, and you wouldn't be here without them. Their support is huge for you guys. So remember to set your priorities. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your coaches. And so when we all succeed in the end, we can all celebrate together. And one of the things that I think is really, really helpful for that is understanding coaches on your team and how they feel rewarded. Some of you plug into Danny Johnson. She does the GEM system. I just went to Dave Ramsey at the EntreLeadership, and he was talking about the DISC system. And I was identified as a high I, high D, which means I'm a go-getter, I'm a goal setter. Unfortunately, I lose focus on task very easily. If you've ever seen that dog and it says squirrel, that's me. But he also says at the very end, when you cross the finish line, we also like to do a pirouette at the end. Totally me. If you've ever seen pictures on Facebook of my kids' parties, people think I'm a little bit crazy. But you just have to remember that everyone on your team is going to celebrate a little bit differently. If I threw some huge, huge party like that for one of my pearls in a celebration, they would feel a little bit awkward. So you just have to remember everyone likes to be recognized in a different way, but definitely make sure you celebrate it regardless. Thank you guys for your time. I hope you guys took some away good little nuggets, and enjoy your time at Disney.